So Tofino has a lot of whales and eagles, bears.
My coolest whale experience, I've had two really cool ones that I've seen lots of whales in Tofino. One was we were on Tonquin Beach. I had a group that had went surfing, and I had a few people that didn't want to go surfing, so we were going to go just kind of explore the coastline. And so we went up to Tonquin Beach, which is kind of a locals beach in town that's really nice. And so we came down the little forest path and down onto the beach, and we were just sitting there for a little bit, and all of a sudden we heard as we looked around the corner, there was a couple of gray whales that were just off of the shoreline that had started coming up, and they were just surfacing right next to us at the shoreline there at the beach. And gray whales are different from other whales. They're still a filter feeder, a baleen whale, but what they do is, unlike, say, a humpback whale that may go after krill or salmon with a big gulp of the ball of fish, gray whales, they go down to the bottom on the shoreline, they take a big mouthful of dirt and sand, and they expel it, and they eat all the clams and crabs and whatever else that was in there. That's what they eat. So they are constantly chewing dirt, the dirt that's there, and expelling it. And so we were watching these two gray whales just by chance on this random beach, just feeding, and they were maybe 20 meters away from us.
Wow. Are the whales dangerous?
No.
Are the killer whales dangerous? Or is it just...
There has never been someone killed by a
killer whale?
A killer whale is what people have called them. Orca is what we call them here in British Columbia. There's never been one killed by an orca in the wild. The only incidents that have ever happened have been in aquariums and such.
On the other hand, sea lions are beasts, are they?
Remember what I said about elk and bears on land?
Yeah.
The difference in water would be very similar. You know, everyone thinks that the orca is going to be the big one, but no, it's the seals and sea lions that are very territorial, and because they're smaller, people think that they can approach them more, and they're the ones that can move surprisingly fast, even on land, and far faster on water where they're comfortable with, right? So
yeah. Do you remember that incident in Vancouver a few years ago where, was it a sea lion or a seal?
The sea lion in Steveston,
who just grabbed
the little girl, her parents.
Yeah, so tell this story.
Yeah, it was at Steveston Docks, which is a public area. Steveston's a beautiful little part of Richmond, right on the southern tip, almost as far away from Vancouver as you can get, and still be kind of in Vancouver. And the docks are there, and it's popular with people to come and watch sea lions when they're in town. And there's a couple of different species of sea lions that come at different times. This little one, she was feeding the sea lions, which you're not supposed to do. And basically the sea lion was expecting food, wasn't there, grabbed her and pulled her down into the water from the dock as it jumped up. And so they reached down and grabbed her and brought her back up. She was fine. There was no injury, but it was, it's one of the dangers when people are feeding wildlife.
Yeah.
And it's not said for nothing that you shouldn't be feeding the wildlife. Well, they get habituated, and whether it's land-based or water-based, they get used to it. And when they don't get it, they get aggressive.